Alright, what's up, y'all? Today is October 23rd. I did not trade yesterday. It was Wednesday, it was the 22nd. Today is Thursday. I did not trade yesterday. I've been trying to make sure that I don't trade when I'm at work, and I was at work the whole time the stock market was open, and I caught the tail end of it, and I'm not trying to do that. It is now 12:20 p.m. I kind of want to learn the sessions so that I know when the volume is going to hit the best. I need to get better at that. So yeah, I guess I did trade on Tuesday, and I do want to put that, I'm going to put it together in this, and hopefully y'all will see this. But let's hop on the charts and see if we can catch us a play today. Okay, so right now we looking at NASDAQ micros and MES micros. I think it did exactly what I thought it was gonna do. Oh no, it dropped a lot. Wow. Let's go back and look at the day chart for micros. Spread it out, Put that thing down. See, the day is moving shaky, bro. Like, yes. Oh, see, I'm glad I didn't trade yesterday. Well, I mean, I probably could have caught it on the way down. It dropped significantly. Then it came back up today, and it's trying to reach, excuse me, just getting off work again. And then I gotta go back. That's crazy. All right. So this ain't looking that bad, actually. I know it wants to touch that all-time high, bro. I just know it does. That's just what the market's doing. And I've been watching Sai. He been saying like he doesn't like to trade all-time high because he doesn't know what price is gonna end up going. Which I can understand that, because you can't get the pattern recognition if it's something new, right? So I'm trying to figure it out for myself and my trading style. And I think I like trading these highs because, I guess, for the scalping, because I gotta start with scalping. I can't swing trade because technically when I start the funded account, you only get like 2,000 to 3,000, right? And while I'm doing the 2,000 to 3,000, I'm not gonna be able to swing because they got end of day drawdown. So they got end of day drawdown, and so when the market closed, that's when they close the trade for you. So it's like, okay, so if I didn't have a good day that day, I gotta scalp. Like I gotta scalp. I can't swing. So I gotta figure that out for myself. You know, like I gotta figure out my style. And I kinda like piecing them both together. Like I know when I get my full funded account, like my live account, my separate account, when I can add money and do what I want in my own account, I gotta figure that out for me. So that's where I'm at with it. The one day looks decent. Let's see what the NAS looks like. Bro, these are literally the same. It doesn't even make sense how similar they are. They look identical. They do the same thing. Candle. This is probably the only candle that's somewhat different. This one closed a little lower. This one closed higher. So they look very similar. All the other structures, yeah, it just depends on the day, I guess. But they both say they want to go up. That's what this is telling me, because it just that's that new higher low. That's the new higher low. And that's what I've been trying to work on. Higher lows, lower highs, that terminology. I also need to figure out the fair value gap, because I've been hearing a lot about that fair value gap. People trade that a lot in their learning. And I'm going to do some research, and I'm going to figure that out for myself, because, yeah, it's a term that I keep hearing. So I need to know what it means. I don't like not knowing what that means. And it just, I guess, from what I've been seeing, I feel like this would somewhat be a fair value gap. I can't tell, but that's just me. Right now, I don't know what I'm doing, so I can't wait to figure it out. I love putting the piece together. So most of these, it just looks like it's trading up on the day. I think it opened down here. It's trading, touched here, came back down a little bit. Yeah, opened low, came back up, touched here. Still hasn't made its way back all the way up, but it's starting to make that pattern, the pattern we can keep seeing. And that's what at least I'm seeing from the charts. So I know it wants to go back up, and since I'm scalping, I'll probably try and take the entrance for it to go up. Let's look at the 4 hour. Man, your boy a little tired. Good Lord, I'm tired. It don't even make sense. Tired, boss. What that do there, man? I'm tired, grandpa. Yeah, I'm one of the. Jeez. And then I still gotta go work out. Then I'm finna go back. Alright, let's see what happens. Yeah, what's it looking like over here for this 4 hour? What's it telling me? Everything is telling me it wants to go up, bro. Like, and it's trading. You know how your brain's fried, and then like the stuff you've been learning so much information that it's an overload. It's an overload right now. Like I want to trade, I really do, but honestly, no trade is a good trade because you didn't lose money. So figuring that out. This is telling me we up today. It's up. Let's see what the 4 hours looking like over here. What was this? Was this today's session? The 20. That was yesterday. So yeah, it's telling me it's going up, and it's like rejecting meeting that line or this zone right here. It's my old zone, so I'm gonna just drag it. Yeah, it's bouncing in this zone right here. It's just bouncing right there. This one's doing the same thing. So this would be probably the new zone. It's getting right here, and it is stopping, rejecting, and going back the opposite way. It looks like it's trying to make a zone like right around here. So when it breaks through, keeps breaking this. It's just disrespecting this zone right here. And then it finally holds stable right here. So, wow. I don't know where that came from. The 1 hour. All right, let's see. Analysis. Everything is literally me. It wants to. Yeah. Let me actually see. Let's chat GPT. This chat. They chatting. It's chat. And I probably actually drop. See, my brain just blanked. I'm blanking. Ah! Wow. Sleep deprivation is real. I'm tweaking. Market times and time zones. Futures. Market. Okay. All right. So sessions. Okay. There we go. Now we cooking. So the Asian session is 7 p.m. to 4 a.m. If you didn't know. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna screenshot these and drop them for you so you can know, because I need to know, which means I'm sure you need to know, because I'm doing this for you. Yes, you Spill. I'm doing this for you. Buzz that open and I tell her bring it back. Yeah, we got Asian session from 7 p.m. to 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got Central Time from 6 p.m. to 3 a.m. Okay, so now when we figure that out, we got to figure out how we correlate the volume when these sessions are happening. Generally lower volume and volatility. Okay, so the Asian session, there's not much volatility and volume there, which is good to know. So often sets the tone, overnight trends. Okay, cool. There's the European session, or the London session, Frankfurt, Eastern Standard Time, 3 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then Central Time, 2 a.m. to 11 a.m. That's interesting because I guess it intertwines or intermingles with the New York session and the Chicago session. Okay, that's mad interesting too. And we cooking with grease. So New York session, which I'm sure maybe a lot of you know, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It goes live. Well, that's so interesting. It goes really live 9:30 Eastern Standard Time and 8:30. I guess that's when the cannot compute what is going on. Brain is stuck in a lapse. And when I see this is going up in a 30. Okay, my brain is on the fritz. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to me for one, but I'm sorry if y'all watching this and y'all are like, bro, spazzing. Yes, I am. I'm tweaking right now. From the time I start, I kind of low-key want to hop in a trade and see if it's about it right now, because the 1 hour looks like the trend is up. Both of these 30 minutes look like the trend is up. 15 minutes is showing me the trend is up. Excuse me. For the day. Let's see what the 5 minute looks like. Trend is up for the day. Okay. It's been Yeah, from when it started, it's up, drop it down, touched, doom, 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 touch. Wow, my brain is really going through it. That's how I know, because I'm starting to sing songs. It's like, bro, you need to just tranquilo, like, relax, calm down. What are we doing? Starting to sing music, bro, that I ain't heard in years. Okay, actually, let's just see if we can find something that looks beautiful enough to get in. Honestly, if we going for up, I like this a lot. It's already come back. It needs to come back down for this. And I'd probably wait for close the candle, but I like it. I like it a lot. Actually, I like them both a lot. All right, let's find a good end. Let's map this out. Oh, let's go on for that. So I think, and it never touched, by the way. That doesn't look like it touched. Oh, see, I'm nowhere near where it's supposed to be. Yeah, did not touch. Oh, that would have been a good one, though. Jeez. Let's see if this one is hitting that supply and demand joint. What time is it? It's 12:40. So that means, these are all sessions overlapping. Asia and Europe and US. Okay, yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm gonna ask it, when's the most volume? Okay, now we cooking with grease, baby. All right, so 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. has the lowest volume, Eastern Standard Time. So here that's 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's lowest volume. It ain't tricking if you got it, and right now we don't got it. What's happening? I really feel like it wants to go. It wants to go here, but I'm trying to wait to see if it closes low. I'm gonna get in here. This might come up here and reject like it's been doing all day, but 12 p.m. to 1:30 is okay. U.S. midday session, so it's like the midday session right now. So 10 a.m. to 12 is really strong, but it slows. So now it slows. So okay, so maybe we wait till 1:30 and we get some more volume, because it's saying that there's a second wave of volume, institutional rebalance, position management. So okay, so it says from 1:30 to 3:30, that's when there's like that, and then 3:30 to 4, there's a mini surge like right before close. It says peak volume windows 8:30 to 10:30, 9:30 to 11:30, 2 to 3:30, and then 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. Has it been trading like that all day? No, it broke this and touched this line and has been bouncing off this line all day. It finally broke past this breaker structure right here. Finally broke that, and that's good. I mean, that's perfect. Now we need this one to close like this so we can make this our new demand zone. Then we can find a breaker structure. If it hopefully comes back up here and it breaks this structure, we'll be all right. I think it'll continue to go up, and then maybe we just come back and wait to oh, look at that. It did what I wanted it to. I don't know if I really like that candle though, but guess we'll take it. I guess we'll take it. And I could always look at the reverse. Like if it makes this is a crazy wick. Yep, come and break the structure. So I know. Come and break the structure. Once it does that, I'll know, and I'll be able to figure it out. It could also come back down and retest this, or try and retest this, but I'm not seeing it right now. So if it comes up here and it breaks this, it might bounce off this line. But earlier it broke through this green line pretty easily. What was this? That was today. So this was open in market. Oh, I wish I could have traded this. Oh, I wish I could have traded this. That was a terrible candle. But once it broke here, that's where I probably would have got in, and it went to the moon. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's why I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, we broke structure here. I'm not even finna look at this right now. Let's go all in. Let's make it bigger. See what we work. Wow. See what we working with right here. Boom. Yeah, so y'all can see. Bang. All right. Gucci. So we broke that structure, which is beautiful. Now we're gonna wait for candle close, because I'm gonna be conservative about this. And I might just wait for 2 candle close so I can figure out what's going on, because normally when it breaks the structure and it does that thing, it'll come up here. It might come and push some people out of a sell order and then reject back down, or at least that's what I've noticed. I'm gonna try and stay on my ones, stay up to date, make sure that I'm not just hopping in a trade because I want to trade, but make sure that I see my confluence. and that it's the signal. It's the signal. Yeah, I was gonna wait, but yeah, it's doing a nice thing right now. It's doing a pretty thing, and it's giving us what we want. So why not take what you want? So I'm gonna trade this like I only have 3K or 2K actually. So I'm gonna go for a shorter stop loss this time, right? Normally, so I would say trade like 10%. So I think I'd put it right here. Hopefully that's around from entry. See, it's trying to push this. I don't like that. It's trying to reverse the trend. So that's why I'm waiting for close. Because if I'd have just hopped in right here, I think this is the fair value gap that they're talking about. This to this. But I need to learn more about that. I'm going to do some deep research when we get off of the trade. And I'm also going to try and show y'all what I was looking at from my last trade. I lost I was down 400 from the last trade. So I did lose in that trade, but this is the bounce back season. All right. Okay. So now we broke. Let's see if we can break the structure again. If it comes back up and it breaks this structure, I know we're Gucci. And what I really think is gonna happen is it's gonna try and start trading this bounce that it's been doing all day. It's been bouncing, boom, boom. So that's telling me it wants to bounce. You know what I'm saying? So I know it wants to go up, but until we get some more volume in here, I can't really tell. The volume is literally like 1,000. So we want more like 10 or 6 to 10, and then anything higher than that is pretty good volume, or at least I want 6 to 10. That's telling me that it's building, because once it gets into that 18, 19, 20, it's trying to push. And the fact that it's not hitting that is telling me it wants to trade that, either come back down or not. Like, I need to know. Come on, what we doing? You got time, baby. You got time. What's happening? Okay, we got a twin here. We got Twin Peaks here, baby. We got Twin Peaks. That's nice. That's nice, right? Okay. I'm gonna wait for candle close. I'm not gonna hop back in this. We going real conservative, like, or at least until I see it break this. Because once it breaks this, we know we have us a winner. We have us a winner. It's just gonna be about where I can place my stop loss. I can't tell if that broke. I don't think it did. I don't think it broke. So that looks pretty even to me. And it's just chilling there. We got a minute left. Let's see. We got the Twin Peaks, which doesn't tell me much about play, but usually when this closes, it kind of tells you what's going on. I've been taking protein. The protein been whooping my tail, boy. Literally. Protein been beating me up. The BGs is a real thing. I ain't never been so gassy in my life. This is crazy. There it is. All right, we in there like swimwear. Come on, push down, push down, push down. All right, we're in. And now let's go for, what is that? I wish it would tell you how much. It doesn't tell you the amount though. That's why I like this. So that's, okay, well I guess we going for about 5. Let's go for about 5. For me, that's 5. So I'm thinking we go for like a 2 to 1. Let's go for a rack today. So we going for a 2 to 1. It is now 12:56. At 1, we'll probably take profit if we can. I think volume is about to start picking back up because it's almost close to that 130. And let's just see how fast this happens. Yeah, 12:56, right? We got it. So let's just say 12:55. We got it at 12:55. And now we wait, the waiting game. I've been liking what I'm seeing, trying to trust this process. Still growing, still doing what I need to do, trying to work on my posture. As far as like mindset, I've been trying to read a book, or at least I like reading, and I need to do more of it just to stimulate my mind. But since I'm usually always on the go, I like to listen to a lot of audiobooks. That's the way I learn for the most part. So there's a book called Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. And it's been kind of getting my mentality right, I'm trying to make sure that I am, like, as a new trader, it's so nice to make money, right? But if you don't have the right mindset, it can give you burnout, right? So, like, you're running off the high of, oh man, I seen green. You can literally push button And the more you learn, the more it's like, okay, I'm doing this for money, not I'm doing this to improve my life or get better as a human being. And I'm trying to take a lot of these lessons that I'm learning within trading and apply them to my actual life, because I know that this is going to be something that helps me build more character, because I feel like I'm a decent individual already. I think my moral compass is all right. So I'm trying to get better as a human being, and I'm trying to use trading just as, an avenue for that. The more I learn, the more I'm intrigued, but it's also the more like, okay, well, I've seen myself doing some of the stuff that he's talking about, and I'm like, oh, okay, so trying to recognize what's going on, but not get discouraged because I was doing these things and these things that what he's saying is happening. It's like, oh, okay, dang, I already did that. I did that. I've been doing that. And yeah, I was running off the high, but now I'm like, okay, let me settle down a little bit. Let me make sure I lock in for real, and enjoy this. It's about having fun. This is supposed to be fun. At least like the day trading, the scalping. I know swing trading is supposed to give you your time back and your freedom. That's all I live for freedom. That's what I'm here for. So like eventually I will get into swing trading. That's my goal. That's my ultimate goal. But right now I'm just enjoying looking at the charts, learning new things. I hated school. I hate the institution, but I love what school was supposed to represent, which was the knowledge, which was it gives you structure. It teaches you new skills. You're supposed to be able to take some of those skills you learned in the real world. See, it's trying to press that line with us, and that's why we put our stop loss on. But it's trying, yeah, look at that. Where was I? But yeah, school. I hated school. I'm not gonna lie. I know most of y'all don't know this, but I have 2 degrees. Yeah, one in communications and another in entertainment business. My master's is in entertainment business, right? So, like, school was supposed to be an avenue for me to get into the industry I like, right? Well, that's cool and all, but what they don't tell you is a job isn't guaranteed. So, like, you can go get your master's in whatever, but that job that you want, there is literally probably 100,000 other people who want the same job as you. And getting a job is more about connections than it is about the knowledge or the skills you have. Like, that's just it. You need the skills, but if you're just trying to get an entry-level job, like, they're supposed to, as a business and as a company, they're supposed to teach you. But they're supposed to at least teach you, entry, how that company runs. But a lot of the times they expect you to hit the ground running because that's just, you're supposed to have the skills and the knowledge, right? Well, you're new. You don't know how that business works and how that business runs, but you can be very successful without school. So I never wanted to go to college in the first place. That was not for me. Mom was like, you either gotta work or you gotta go to school. And I was like, well, I'm not trying to work. I'm not trying to work no job right now. What? I was thinking about playing sports. I wanted to be an athlete. Like, let me do my thing. Crazy thing is, I only got into one school that I liked, and I was like, you know what? I wasn't even worried about school, so I think I only applied to like maybe 2 or 3. It's like, whatever. And then I think my ACTs or SATs, whatever. I hate standardized testing. It doesn't let you know how smart you are in real life. Like, it just is a bunch of random questions, like you trying to get from X to Y, but it doesn't teach you like comprehension. It doesn't say how smart you are on a grander scale. So it's like, I never liked that. It was boring to me. It was real boring. Let me touch something. Let me feel. Let me work on it myself. Let me learn that way. So school was never like, I hated it. I was always pretty smart, but like not in a conventional way. So yeah, I ended up where I'm at right now, and I'm working the jobs I'm working right now. See, I knew it's telling me it's bouncing off this. It was a good entry. We had a good entry, but it might come back down and try and press this line right here. Hopefully this will be this will be where it tries to bounce, so maybe it'll bounce off this line and reverse. But we had a good entry. At least we set our stop loss, so if I wanted to go take a water break, I could, and I'd only lose $500. And on this account, I'm not tripping off that. And another thing I'm trying to do is not trying to take more than 3 trades a day. So if you got $2,000, I'm trying to scale that. I'm gonna go real small, so my stop loss probably will be like 200, and then my goal is to make 5. That's my goal. So if we can do that, if we can make 5 within a day, we'll be all right. And then I think the goal is to get 300. I mean, not 300, 3,000. So that's when you pass. So if I can do that, I'll probably be there in like a week. And you can literally do it if you figure out your strategy, but I'm still figuring out my strategy, so that is what works best for me. 8:30 to that 10:30 mark that I was telling y'all, I really like that. Now, can this reverse? Yes, it can. Is it bouncing off this? It might. But the fact that it came and it pushed this, I don't know if that wick means anything, but it's giving me a little bit of a vibe. So, but I've been working on what I'm saying out my mouth, because words have power. So these are just things that I'm working on. These are things that I'm thinking about. But the fact that it didn't come back and press this, I think that's pretty good. I think that's kind of letting us know we're still okay. I'm still trying to get my mind right with the psychology of getting in a trade, and yeah, it's dropping, but as long as it doesn't hit your stop loss, you have a chance, right? And sometimes the market will just come and it'll just push you out. But if you believe in your strategy, you should be all right. If y'all have any more recommendations for futures, the futures market, please let me know. I'm gonna try and take my 101 if I can, because the fact that I'm trading, supply and demand is weird, like during the day. But I think normally supply and demand works from what I've seen. It works in that this you can find it all the time. It did just it reversed a little bit, but once it hit that, it's been making them lower highs, lower high, lower high, lower high. So I think that's kind of what we're seeing right now. And now we wait. I feel like a lot of the time during the day, it wants to trade support and resistance. So that's stuff I've seen. But we still here. We still here. If y'all got any suggestions on books that I should read or listen to, please drop them in the comments. I'm trying to get my mind right. I'm trying to get better every day. Now we wait. Okay. Hey y'all. Alright, so it's the end of the day. And trade ended up doing what I thought it would do, but we didn't end up catching it because it stopped us out. Now, I didn't necessarily have I didn't necessarily have, and that it just did exactly what I knew it was gonna do. It bounced off these lines. Here, hold on, give me a second. So it ended up doing exactly what I thought it was gonna do, right? It bounced off, it broke through this. This is where it stopped us out. Literally, I was holding it. It stopped us out. I think we was down about 600, and then immediately, because I had called it, I was like, bro, I know exactly what it wants to do. It wants to come here. It wants to stop me out, and once it stops me out, it's gonna shoot back up. Well, this is what session is right now. See, I need to figure these out. It's gonna be important, but it's trading some session right now. So I know there's a break from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Okay, so it's trading the Asian session right now. The Asian session. They took it and they ran with it like I knew they would if we had waited and held it for overnight to the moon, right? And that's where the swing trading comes in. And now it's trading around this 25,290, which was one of our old resistance levels. And it kept bouncing up, boom. When it broke, it broke. Right? I think this was, was this the Trump tweet? Was this a Trump tweet? No, this was the Trump tweet. So it literally had been pushing back up. And now I think it's going to start trading from here. It might bounce or like around. This is going to be the new zone. Yeah, let's see if I can find a new zone. I'm not going to trade right now. I just want to make sure I can see my setups. But let's see if I can find a new zone, right? Most likely we'll set it. This is the top. I already have that. It'll probably, if it can break through this, I think it's going to come up here. That's such a huge zone. I really kind of want to figure out how to zone better. Also, like where I should place my my peak and my valley, so to speak, right? But yeah, it stopped me out. As soon as I was like, all right, let me get out of the trade, it reversed. And I was thinking about holding it, but I was like, if this was me really trading like my own money or my live account, how much would I want to lose in this one trade? And so I was like, okay, if it gets back up to there, I'm just gonna get out. And it got to where I thought it might send it back down for another reversal, so I just got out. But it literally did exactly what I wanted it, what I thought it was gonna do with this. So, and now I'm trying to learn a little bit more about fair value gaps and see if maybe that will help me set up my plays a little better. Yeah, so, you know, you live and you learn. I'm not even like too upset because it's doing what it's giving me confirmation that I'm doing the right thing and I'm seeing the right thing. I just need to figure out a better place to put my stop loss. I need to figure that out. So once I figure that out, like, I think I'll be all right. So what we entered the second one up here at this point. See, it did it twice. It pushed me out twice. It came back and it retested this, broke through. It came down, it pushed this, it broke through, and now it bounced. It traded in that support and resistance level right there, pretty much. And then, it just really wanted to take me out. It was just like, sellers was just like, yeah, bro, we need that money. We need it. Like, yeah, we need that. And then during Asian session, when it started back up to the moon, so now it's kind of trading at this, and it's not letting it get there. Another break of structure right there. This would have been a good one for our supply and demand. That would have been a good one. This would have been a really good one because it came back and it touched what it needed to, and it closed bullish. So boom, I bet this comes back like right here and then uses that to propel it some more. We'll probably end up being in like this range by the morning, and then it could come up here by tomorrow. It's Friday tomorrow. Yeah, I could see it doing that unless something like news happens. If you're trading news, something crazy, Trump does something, another country does something, World War III breaks out, and that's what I expect it to do. I mean, let's just kind of just watch it and see what happens. We're running a 5-minute play. We're not gonna get in, but if this comes back here and touches this, I low-key like that. I like that. Let's not run anything. It came here. Now what it might be doing is coming back to retest this, but as long as it doesn't break through the structure, it'd be a good entrance because we already had this play right here. And since we're so late to the play, probably could have caught something from here to here. Depending on your lot size too, you could have caught a pretty good run, right? So it's coming back as we testing this. Let's see what it does, and then we'll try and get in because I'm not placing a trade, but we'll try and get in and just on the sim. Now, boom, it's retesting. It's trying to push everybody that had a stop loss right here out, and which it did. So it came back down, pushed all these people out. It didn't come back down here and retest this, but that's good for us, right? That's good. That's great. If this closes bullish, then you did a good job. Jeez, I gotta sit up straight. Then that's a good entrance. Now, we could just wait or make this our new. Well, there's no break of structure, so we really couldn't. But it came back down and it tested this, which is holding pretty steady, and it's telling me that that's what we need. And I like that. I like to see that because I just know it wants to go up here. From what I've seen, and I've been correct on my assessment of what the market wants to do. It's just having the bandwidth or the money to do a longer stop loss or a higher stop loss, so that my profits can be higher, and I can take a 3-to-1. Like that'd be good. I would love to be able to do that. I did grow this account to 7K, which is cool. I had 8K yesterday, so I lost in the span of 2 days. I think I lost about 2.5 racks or something like that. So yeah, or 1,500. So all the money I made, I lost that and then some. So it's been a kind of shaky week, right? I want to end it on a high note, so I do get to trade 8:30 a.m. tomorrow, which is nice because that's my schedule allows me to do that, right? But I think from now on, I'm just gonna trade that. I don't like trading any time other than that 8:30 to 10:30 for me. That's just what I see the most volume. That's when I can see the play the best. And when I come in, I try and get in after there's no volume there. There's no volume, or the setup isn't as good because there's no momentum from the night before. So yeah, I think for me personally, that's just what I'm gonna do until I can start ICC. But for my scalping, that's how I'm feeling. Yeah, so that's how I'm feeling for my scalping. But growth. I'm still learning. I'm not trying to see. I've been learning so much that now it's kind of getting overcomplicated, and I don't want to overcomplicate this. I really don't. So I'm trying to work on it, and I'm trying to be more consistent with this one play and this one setup, because if I can master this one setup and this one play, then I know that I'm gonna be all right, because once I get this down, this will be my bread and butter, right? Then we can add steak. Then we can add the steak. I can add a steak to my bread and butter. You know what I'm saying? But first, you gotta learn how to fish for yourself and just take the knowledge, boy. Not as wild. I'm working on it. We getting better. Also, I need to start writing. I was writing stuff down in a journal, and then I stopped because I got TradingWitSpill. I like TradingWitSpill. I'm probably gonna wipe my account and start back up with TradingWitSpill when I start my funded. Personally, that's just what I want to do. That's just how I'm seeing it. But I do think I need to start writing it down. I do remember stuff a little bit better when I write it down instead of typing it. I guess it's just the muscle memory for me. And so, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I've been really, I was supposed to catch another shift. I slept through it. I was so tired, bro. I didn't even go to sleep when I said I was gonna go to sleep. After I cut the camera off, I was just bro, I'm tired. And I sat here and I was I waited. I went at 8 and I was supposed to go to the gym. I'm tweaking. I was supposed to go to the gym and everything. Did not. I sat here. I traded. I got some other things done, but I literally crashed for I crashed for about 2 hours. There I go back at 3 a.m. 3 a.m. It's a short shift this time, so it's Gucci. And then I got the rest of the day tomorrow, which is really nice. Unless I pick up another shift, right? Which I'm looking to do actually. So, but for the most part, I think it's gonna be a great day tomorrow. And as I'm saying that, this is bouncing, so this is good. I think if it closes I'll wait for a second to close. Boom, and we'll just see how this plays. I'm telling you, like, this is the line, but it's not passing here, and it wants to go here. You can see it, or at least I can. It does everything that it does everything that I know it's gonna do. It just stops me out. I wish I could have swing traded this like I wanted to, because if I'd have just let it run, no, there was potential for it to just drop back down and try and touch here again, and that's why I kind of got out, because I was like, okay, well, it might reverse and touch here, and then now we're out of so much money, and then bounce back like most of the time it does. And I just was like, all right, there's a certain amount that I'm willing to lose right now, and I'm gonna stick with that. You know, you gotta be on your ones, man. You know, like you gotta trust yourself. You gotta trust. That's what it's really. That's the mentality it's teaching me. You gotta trust yourself, especially when you know what's gonna happen, because you know the trend. You literally know the trend. So, Spill, bro, you gotta lock in, twin. What the young folks say, lock in, twin. Yeah, you gotta lock in. You gotta lock in, bro. You're gonna look back on this and be like, yeah, bro, you knew what you was doing. You was letting a lot of outside factors get in your head. And that's not what we here for. It's not what we here for, right? Just believe that you know what you're doing. The market has to go down for it to go back up. Follow the trend, and you can see it with your eyes. Use your eyes and the thing that's between your two ears. More or less, not this. Can't be using this while you're doing this, you know? So, it's okay. We're gonna be all right. You got most of the concept down. It did exactly what I knew it was gonna do. That's the worst part. The market be trying to gaslight me, and I hate that. I hate that for me. But I also love it because I know when I see it play out, I'm like, oh, I knew you wanted to do that. And I know, I read you. I read you real good, ain't it? Yeah, so like, yeah, it's working. So boom. We probably would have, once it came in here, it touched this, it closed this. If this closed up, we would have got in about like right here. I'd have waited for it to break this structure right here. Well, yeah, this, I'd have waited, because now it broke this structure again. This is probably a good spot for it to get in. Because, you know, if it goes down, it's probably just going to come and test this. And so we put our stop loss maybe at the bottom of this wick, right? That's a decent amount of money. Now, if it comes down and it retests this, because sometimes it just knows you want to do that. But for the most part, since it's just so much slower here, there's only 438 contracts. Like, there's not much buying power in the market right now. So you kind of can just figure that the sellers ain't winning this right now. Buyers just having their way. This is gonna be the new where it's gonna be where, like, okay, you look to see if it breaks through here, it can possibly come and touch here. If it breaks a lot of this barrier, is probably gonna go up. It really wants to break through here. If it breaks through here, this is the next point of contact. And if it breaks through this to the moon, bro, like, it's gonna definitely hit that higher high. I really just can't wait to see what it looks like when we wake up for 8 a.m. session. So, like, I'm calling it now. If it gets here and it breaks through here and it's like running like right here, it might come back down and touch this and use this as leverage to push through. So let's see what we're reading. Yeah, I see a lot of these triple candles, these triple breaks, and that's the thing about it. This was, what did they call this, an engulfing candle? That was a good sign that it wanted to go up. This one broke structure, which was great. On this one, I probably would have got in once it broke structure. I probably would have got in right there. And then I would have got my little monies. Either I would have got my money, I'd have probably tried. What she likes to do, she likes to run a 1-to-1, or a 2-to-1, take profit at half profit at a 1-to-1. And that's what I've been trying to do. I need to start doing that again. I haven't been doing that lately. I've just been taking full profit and then move my stop loss up to break even so that I don't lose any money. I didn't really risk any money, but I think that's a good idea. But I think I would have to, instead of 8, I'd have to do like 16 just to make sure. We'll see. And maybe that's the greed. That would be greed talking. I don't know. I can't really tell. Can't really tell right there. So I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm still trying to figure out. Maybe it's because I'm hungry. Like, figuratively, I'm hungry. I want this. I want this real bad, right? Yeah, so maybe it's not greed. It's just a desire for more. Because I think it would be considered greed if I just wouldn't get out. Like, I just wanted to let it run. But me letting it run would be me swing trading. So, I don't know. Because I literally called it. I knew exactly what it wanted to do. Right here, right? It came, it pushed down here. I think I was in it when it was down here, and I had just walked away. I was doing other things, and I didn't have a stop loss. I was like, oh, okay. Came back, and when I saw it was under, I was like, okay, well, now it might just try to reverse, because this is a crazy wick. Like, this is a crazy wick, but I guess, yeah, in that moment, you're like, okay, well, is it gonna try and touch down here? Seeing the full picture, it's like, yeah, you called it. You knew what it wanted to do. So I don't know. It gives me more faith in myself, but it also is like, am I reading the market or am I trying to predict the market? Like, I'm still a little shaky on that. I'm still working on it. But I'm only staying off for a little bit longer. I'm gonna lay back down because I am actually really tired. I hope this has been educational. I can't wait to see my growth. I can't wait to see what I can turn it into, you know? And once I get this pattern recognition down, man, I'm telling you, it's over for the market. Or it's just starting for the market. One of the two. However you want to look at it. Oof, I'm so drained. What's it trying to do right here? Might give us a 4-piece. Like this last one is literally trying to mimic this, but there's just no volume. That's why, like, I feel it. Yeah, there's Asian session is really slow. It's really slow. So maybe trading this will just give you some patience. Like, and you could probably catch some pretty decent plays. You have to up your lot size if you want like a really, really good play. But from here to there with a good lot size you can make some money. Like, that would not be bad. And then your stop loss is here instead of bottom of the candle, like bottom of the zone. But if you have patience, since it's so slow, like, it's gonna teach you patience. It would teach you patience for sure. There's no volume here. Excuse me. Yeah, it would definitely teach you patience. But I do like how it's just bouncing. It just bounced right off that. That's beautiful. I probably would have got in right here. Once it closed or when it came back and touched this, I probably would have got in. Oh, there it is. It's kind of picking up right now. Maybe because it's closer to 9. I low-key want to just see how much volume it can get in this time frame, because I feel like probably like the 1K, 2K is probably about you're really good for this time frame. You probably won't get too much more of that. Well, yeah, we got a big wick. It's trying to go break for it. What I say, go for it. You can do it. It's building that momentum. If it breaks that tells me it wants to go up. So that's cool. Yeah. Let's just draw it out. If we can get above that, I know where it wants to go, which is really nice. 1K in volume. So some people are active. They're like, all right, it's about 9 o'clock. Let's get this jumping. What I really want to do is just like print some of these photos out and like blow them up and make them posters. So that might be something I do this weekend. Make them posters, because if I can make them posters, I can see them all the time. Just put them up on my wall. I really need to get maybe another screen that goes above this one. That way I don't have to break my neck. Try to look at this. I actually do have I have like a whole TV screen, but I really wish someone invent this the Mac Mini. I need that to be able to connect to my laptop and run the simultaneous play, cause what's up? That way I can just screen share. That would be so much easier. I would love that. Someone make that, cause I'm not doing it. But one of y'all can get real rich off that, like the connecting piece, because yeah, it doesn't work. I don't know why they didn't make that compatible, but they just didn't. I guess because they probably both have a hard drive. But yeah, someone fix that, please. Apple, do something about that, because that would make my life so much easier. Like, let this just run as a screen. Let one system take over the other for a little while. Because I already have 2 screens. Why do I need to buy a whole nother screen, you know? When it hits 9 o'clock, I'm out of here. Hopefully we can see it break before then. Looks like that's what it wants to do. It came in. It's been bouncing off this zone right here. Very nice, very nice. And since I know it's probably gonna touch here, by the time I look at it tomorrow, it'll probably be floating somewhere within here. It's either gonna come back down, touch here. Come on, that support and resistance, boy. We know where it wants to go. I hope y'all stay blessed. I hope this been helpful. I can't wait to look back, see if it was worth it, you know, if I stuck with it. You know, I didn't give up on myself. I didn't give up on anybody that wants to be a part of the community. Yeah, what you gonna do? It lost a little bit of that momentum that it had. You know what? That's 9 o'clock right there. It never touched, but I know it probably do this play again. Probably a shorter this time. Probably come back to like maybe right there, and then it'll eventually break through this breaker structure right here. Well, I guess we'll find out tomorrow morning. In the meantime, in between time, stay blessed, stay safe. I'm out. Peace, love, and chicken grease. You feel me?